What is up, everybody? Hey, welcome in. I'm so very excited about tonight's show because we have Dr. Smiley himself, but we also have someone else that Dr. Smiley is going to help me interview at 7:30. So from 7 to 7:30, we are going to be talking to Dr. Smiley himself. And then from 7:30 to 8, we are going to be interviewing a quadruple amputee, Kim Gilliam Steele. It's freaking going to be amazing. But I ask you guys so much if you would please share this episode out, invite as many people as you can to watch it, because I know this is going to be a powerful show. And don't forget to give us all kinds of thumbs up and hearts and frowny faces, cry faces. Heck, you can even get mad at us. I don't care. Just help us trick the algorithms on any of the socials that we're on tonight. And also keep that chat going, because we want to have a conversation with you. We don't want to make a presentation to you. So, with no further ado, I would like to bring to the stage Dr. Smiley.
How are you doing, Mr. Smalls?
Oh, I'm fantastic. You?
I am wonderful because I'm here with you.
Well, that is good. It looks like I have lipstick on tonight, but I was eating red jelly beans just before this, so.
Well, I was going to eat some red beets, but I thought that would be confused for jelly beans, so I decided not to eat them.
Oh, excuse me. I've been a little under the weather here, so I apologize. But so, Ken, if you would like to take a second here and introduce yourself, tell everybody who you are, where you're from, and what you do, that would be amazing.
Normally, I would say I won't do it, but because it's you, Jeff, I'm going to do it because I respect you. So my name is Ken Rochon. I do go by Dr. Smiley, and that is because I love smiles. I got my doctorate in entrepreneurology and also philosophy, and I care about how do you raise the SPH in the world? How do you raise the smiles per hour? And Jeff is somebody that I really admire because he brings so many smiles to the world. We live in the DC area. I have a lovely son that I may summon to the show at some point, but he has a beautiful book. Any book that I show, Jeff, to your audience, I am happy to give it to them. So if they DM you or they DM me, I'm happy to send them a book.
Well, that's very kind of you. So, I personally know that in life things are not all roses and sunshine all the time. You see, when I was 17, I spent 2.5 months in a coma and 3.5 in the hospital after a traumatic car accident. Now, I wasn't supposed to be walking right now, but after relearning everything over again, I have accomplished so much in life. But I know that there are some things in life that you have to grow through. Now, I don't just say go through, because I think there is a lesson in every adversity that we face. So we must grow through them by learning that lesson. So, has there been anything that you have had to grow through?
Nothing. Everything has been roses every single day, Jeff.
Well, I don't think so, Ken.
No, it's not true. So, hey, Jeff, I want to do something. I have a normal thing I do. It's about gratitude. Do you mind if I do that?
Go for it.
So we have Terrence Lethbridge, Mr. Unstoppable,
Yes.
and we have Brenda Ringwood,
Yes.
and they have this amazing organization, and their organization is Becoming the Better You. And the reason I want to acknowledge them, Jeff, is because I wouldn't have known you, gotten to know you, become friends with you, and been on this show if it wasn't for them. So I just want to acknowledge that when you go to events and you meet people that are really attempting and actually succeeding in changing the world, you get to meet lovely people like Jeff and Terrence. And so back to your question, I just want to say that I can't start a show and go into any dialogue until I give gratitude to the people that put us together.
All right, that's fine. I'm going to be inviting some people while you talk about what you've grown through.
Okay. So I'm just gonna. How many minutes do I have to talk about the grow through?
Whatever, just
Doesn't matter. 3 minutes, 4 minutes.
10 minutes. I don't care.
So we're gonna go with 3 to 5.
All right.
Because I'm gonna highlight it. So first of all, I was the victim or the proud son of an Army officer, and so I was an Army brat. And so the victim side of it is that you travel the world every year, and you got to say goodbye to people you meet. So I moved to 13 places in 12 years. 13 places. So that was a grow through because I really had a bad taste of enjoying a relationship or a friendship, and then all of a sudden having to say goodbye to that person. And back then there was no such thing as the internet, so you didn't stay in touch. You just lost touch with people. So I felt like I was always losing friends, and that part really affected me. I actually hated saying goodbye so much. I'd usually sabotage the friendship before I left, which was not very healthy either. And I also had, I guess, some commitment issues that were a result of that. I just didn't want to like someone a lot because it meant that I would like them and I'd have to say goodbye to them. So that was a really tough childhood for me. And so I threw myself into soccer, and I thought I was going to be this soccer star. I was the leading scorer. I scored, between 1 and 5 goals a game. I was on the all-star team. I was just loving life. And then when I was 12, I moved to the United States. And guess what wasn't in the United States? In Illinois?
Soccer? Or wait, football?
So, well, yes, it's football. It's definitely football American here, but not football international. So I finally found what I loved in life, and I moved to a place in Illinois called Galesburg, Illinois, and there was no soccer. So I know this may sound, like it wouldn't affect someone so much, but I went into depression for 2 years. I didn't want to go out of the house. I didn't want to meet people. Didn't want to do anything. And my dad introduced me to somebody who said, you should try running. And I did, and I actually ended up doing rather well with it. But if it wasn't for the soccer training me to run, I wouldn't have become a state runner. And I don't know how many of these stories, but there's a lot of stories of people that I trusted too early and without vetting them. And in some cases, I ended up having really big problems with keeping my business alive because someone embezzled $157,000. And it wasn't at one time. It was just they were constantly making it hard to make a living because they were stealing upwards of $5,000 a month from me, and I didn't even know why I was working so hard until I met this person I was dating. And she says, "I've never seen someone have to work so hard and have so many expenses and just almost no profit." And so I started scratching my head and saying, it doesn't make sense. My company was doing almost $1 million and it just was unprofitable. So there you go. So those are just a couple of tidbits I had to grow through. I came up with a definition for partnership that helped me avoid future embezzlements or future people with ethical issues, or they were incompetent. And you want to hear my definition I came up with for the perfect partnership?
Sure.
I have even been quoted in a book or two for it. So the perfect partnership is when 2 or more people, verbally or in writing, decide that they will compete to unconditionally give more than the other.
Now that's good. That's really good.
Thank you. Well, I haven't had a partnership problem since. You know Dr. Michelle Mraz, right?
Yes.
So she is someone that gives all the time. She gives to everybody, but she certainly gives to her partner every single day. She says a nice sentiment to me with a text. She weekly gives me some connection that changes my life. And all these things she does without saying, "Hey, what happened?" or "When am I going to get this?" And we both just do this, and it just makes a beautiful partnership. I have a partnership with my good friend Al Granger, and he's been my partner for 14 years. He's helped me publish 700 books, Jeff, 700 books. And so taking care of him, he is taking care of me. And I have this new gentleman I want to introduce you to. His name is Ed Caldwell. and he has a new book coming out, and he's teaching me how to speak the English language at a much more cerebral and educated level. May I show you the book? Because I'm going to send you a copy of it, and I think he should be on your show possibly. Can I show you? Can I show you a picture of it?
Can you? I don't know.
I can do. Well, I can do it because you're going to let me, and I'm going to do it because I have the ability to. Here we go. How about that, Ed? Isn't that good?
World power.
Yeah, but it's word power with an L.
Oh.
You like that? It's word power.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So he's teaching me how to have a bigger vocabulary, and it's exciting because the more rich your vocabulary is, the more you're able to, inspire and have clarity and confidence. So I'm starting to use big words. You want to hear a real big word?
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
That was the word I was going to say. So I guess you just took the air out of my balloon. Dagnabbit.
I'm a mind reader, don't you know?
Hey, Jeff, are we going to tell this the audience the story about Mr. Smalls?
Well, yeah, we can do that. You can do that. You're fine.
Well, I just loved it when I was at the event, and you came over to me and you said, "Hey, Mr. Smalls," and I just didn't know how to take that at first, but I saw the grin on your face, and I said, "This is a guy who has a really funny sense of humor. I'm going to enjoy this." So we exchanged Mr. Smalls commentary, and I think you're trying to get my goat, but it didn't work because I actually got to like you more.
No, I wasn't trying to get your goat. I was just saying hi in a unique way.
Yeah, you did. But do you say it, hi, Mr. Smalls, to most people, or was I lucky one?
You were a lucky one. So I remember when we were in the speakers room at lunchtime, and you were at the buffet, and you were just digging in, and I yelled something across the room to you. You're not going to be Smalls for long.
I was going to town on those vegetables. I think it was.
Don't lie to people.
Well, I did. I'm not lying on that one. I had a mound of vegetarian food that was so high it would intimidate any vegan.
That's awesome. So, all right. I called tonight's episode learn how he learned to trust again after almost losing everything. And you were telling us there that you were losing up to what, $5,000 a week or a month?
A month, yeah.
All right, so $5,000 a month. Can you guys just imagine that? That's more than most people make in a month. And he was losing that to somebody that was embezzling it each and every month.
Yeah, and I did learn a lesson. Oh, go ahead. I'll share the lesson in a second.
And that added up to so much money. And he almost lost everything because of that. So how exactly did you learn to trust again after that? How all right, so I have a friend that had somebody steal money from him. Lots of money.
Mm-hmm.
And he sees everybody that way now.
Yes,
everybody's out to get him, and
yep,
they're all trying to take his money. So how did you learn how to trust others again?
So let me just describe this theft a little bit more clear, because anyone that steals $5,000 a month, you'd think you'd know it. Okay.
Yeah.
But she started it years before, and she would only take 500 like a month, like 125 a week or whatever. So it went from 500 a month to 1,000 to 2,000 to 3,000. And finally at 5,000 a month, I started getting in debt. So I owed $35,000 just to my payroll.
Wow.
So I had all these DJs. I had 45 DJs working for me. And at the time I was like, I don't know what's going on, but I just don't have the money for you. And so I owed some of the guys $10,000. I owed other guys $8,000, etc. So I had to take a personal loan from my dad. And I was just like, something is off. And so I asked the person, were they misappropriating funds? And they actually were honest. I couldn't believe it. She said, yeah, I'm stealing money. So Back to your friend. Tony Robbins has this story that I've heard him do several times. He says two brothers go to war, and they're both in a dugout, and a bomb goes off. In a bomb's thrown into their, or a grenade's thrown into their bunker, and they both have one leg blown off. And one brother says, "Well, shit, my life's over," and he becomes an alcoholic, a drug addict, and he hates his existence, and he just doesn't want to live. And the other brother is saying, "Oh my God, I'm alive. I only had one leg taken from me. I have another leg. I got my arms, I got my head, I got my face, I got everything." And he's just so elated, and he becomes a professional speaker, and everyone wants to have him talk about how he overcame this. And he's just crushing it. He's rocking life. And Tony Robbins' point is, whatever the circumstances is, it's your choice how you react to it. And so your friend is reacting to this in a scarcity mindset, in a blaming mindset, and in a doom is gloom mindset. And I swear to you, this is the truth. It did take me a minute to overcome the anguish that a friend did this to me. Now, that part was tough, but I looked at it this way. How do I want to be treated if someone else had their best friend steal all this money, and then I'm the next friend? How do I want to be treated? I want to be treated like I got a clean slate. I
Yeah.
want to be treated like I'm a good person, and I want to be treated with a chance to deliver. And so I made a decision on, Jeff, honest to goodness, I made a decision right out of the gate. I'm not going to blame humanity for this person's lack of integrity. I'm just not going to do it. So when I did that, I still got burned a couple times, but I barely got burned by anybody, barely. And the other thing I want to say, Jeff, is people that are going to burn you, they put out all these signals. They agree to you with everything. They can't look you in the eye. They don't create partnership. They are takers. I mean, there's all kinds of little signals. If you want to avoid those plain and simple signals, then you're probably going to get hurt. So I started paying attention. Like, I see a person like you, I see a giver. I see a person like you, I see someone who cares. I see
Thank you.
people like Terrence and Brenda. They want to cultivate greatness. That is the type of stuff you want to see someone when they're cultivating and creating it without you. You want to be part of it. But if someone's just coming to you and saying, you eat some key lime pie, and they say, "My favorite pie is key lime pie," and everything you do they mimic, there might be some signals that they're just trying to get you to like them and trust them so that they can do something. And I'm not saying all people that are agreeable, but I would just say that if everyone's so agreeable and they copy everything, I've met 3 people that did this, and they do it for a strategy and a tactic to take advantage.
Ken, you are so right on that. And I just find that very poignant at the moment because you are just so wise.
It comes with the gray beard.
Oh, well, I was just trying to agree with you on everything.
I know. I loved how you did that, by the way.
All right.
You're a beautiful man. I was gonna wear my red hat with my gray cap. So I'm really mad
Well,
I didn't.
that's cool. You should go to my website at www.Jeff Marconette Jr. Jr.com, and you can go to my store and you can actually purchase a hat just like this one. And you can purchase all kinds of things. And that goes for everybody out there.
Well, thanks for letting everyone else do it too. I didn't want to be the only one that got to enjoy all the fruits of this show.
Yeah, well, it's everybody is welcome,
Well, I gotta say,
especially.
Jeff, that is so generous of you, because a lot of hosts, they only let their guests purchase all their merch and they won't let the audience do it. But you are such a fun loving guy. I mean, you'll let everyone purchase your merch.
Correct, especially if they're paying and not me.
Well, God bless you.
So, Ken, I have to ask, like, do you have any tips for other people that may be going through something the same or something even different from what you have gone through?
Of course. First of all, there's some easy ways to avoid what I went through. All you need to do is ask someone that's going to want to work with you. Can you give me 3 people that have worked with you that I can talk to. And 3 people is a magic number because people that are messing over people, they don't have anybody typically, but they may have one. But having 3 people that say this was the best experience of my life is a really good sign you're probably going to have a great experience too. People that are okay, so this is a very interesting topic you bring up, Jeff, is the conversion aspect. So conversion happens when there's inspiration. Would you agree to that?
Yes.
But the difference is whether that conversion happens on the happy side or the sad side has to do with integrity. So if someone is inspiring, but they're a fake, they are inspiring people to do something like give them money, but they have no intention of giving value, right?
Yeah.
That would be considered a bad decision to give money to someone who inspires you. However, someone who inspires you and you just love what they're saying, but they're going to do things that are integral. The easy way to find out the difference between the two is Google them, look for reviews, and find people that have worked with them. And you do that, you should be safe.
That is so smart. So I'm not to be rude, but where's your son?
Well, I was just going to ask for him. Can I put the? I'm going to put it on mute for a second and yell up to him. All right?
No, you don't have to put it on mute. Just yell.
Okay. Hey, Kenny.
Tell him to get his butt down here.
I do. I want to tell him, and I might have to just excuse myself for one quick second.
All right. So, guys, I just want to say hi to Ben Bruce, who is in the house, and he is from Lagos, Nigeria. And Ben Bruce, sorry, we actually talked about you earlier in the show. And then I want to say hi to my dad, who says I own too many hats. He was talking about hats when I was pointing this one out. And then we have Tom Dorney that is watching. We have Jonathan Wilson and Ashley McFarland in the house tonight. So it's pretty awesome. And Kim is actually here. So our next guest is here.
Well, awesome. This is Kenny, of course.
Hi, Kenny. I love your hair. Can I borrow some?
I mean, I could it doesn't hurt when I pull one out.
You get in the middle of the frame, honey. There you go. You got to go the other
way.
There you go. It's opposite. So this is his new book, but he said that you can buy his hat from him. Isn't that nice of him? Yeah. He said you can buy all the merchandise you want off his website. And he said I could too.
Yeah.
I was so blown away how nice he is. So he wanted to ask you a question or two. Hey, guess what Kenny was doing? If you hadn't let me leave, he would have never heard me because he had a loud instrument going. What were you doing?
Baking a cake.
Baking a cake.
Yeah, he had the mixer on and he had her on full blast, so he was never going to hear me no matter how loud I yelled.
Wow. That's pretty cool. When did you learn how to bake cakes?
I don't.
he's just learning it. But you were playing the piano. Yeah. He was playing the piano about an hour ago.
That's cool. I've seen you play the piano on Facebook. Your dad's put it on there.
I put it on there.
You're actually good at it. So, what is the toughest thing about the piano?
I would say if you have small hands is harder, and I have medium-sized hands, which is still not enough for.
So yeah, when he plays 007, James Bond, he can't reach across with his hand, so it's a long reach. I'll tell you what, I would love for you to ask 2 questions of him, and then he's going to go back up and bake his cake.
All right.
Question 1, I think, is how difficult it is to write a book and maybe what his next book is about. And then the last question is about your show. I would ask the question you asked me about what it is to overcome something.
All right. So actually, that's 3 questions. But so how many books have you written?
I've written 12.
12 books? And how old are you? I'll ask more than the 3.
I am 10 years old.
You're 10 years old and you've written 12 books. What is holding you guys back? I mean, he's like 10 years old and he's written 12 books. I'm 39. I've written one book and I'm in another book. And there's something wrong with this calculation. So,
Well,
what is your next book that you were doing?
Me and my dad are gonna collab together, I guess. Like, we're gonna make this book that is called Conversations. It's basically a book where we ask each other questions.
about 100 questions.
Yeah, so basically like this meeting, except
Give him an example
in
of
a
a
book.
question. Give him an example. 30 days.
Yeah. If you could be anyone for 30 days, who would you be?
Myself.
Yeah, no, but see, you're missing the point, Jeff. You get to be anyone for 30 days and come back and be you.
Oh.
So can he share who he would be and why?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
I'd be Elon Musk because, well,
Oh God.
because I would donate his money to like a lot of charities, and
There you go.
and I give some money to myself, like just a little
Yeah,
bit.
he'd send like only $1 billion over to his daddy, and then after 30 days, I'd be super rich. He'd be super rich, and all these philanthropies would be really rolling too.
Now that's the idea.
And also, I would go on Elon Musk's phone and like give myself all of the celebrities he knows my number and ask them to contact me.
30 days, right?
Yeah.
All right. So,
great.
any other questions? You had
Yeah.
What's your show?
What have you had to overcome in writing those 12 books in your 10 years?
I had to overcome okay.
Or just name anything that you have to overcome. What was something you had to overcome that's been tough?
I had to overcome a lot of my schedule. Like sometimes I have piano classes, I have a lot of school, homework, a lot of stuff like that.
He has a tough life, Jeff.
So that's cool. You have to actually prioritize, and you have to learn how to prioritize, because prioritizing does not happen when you were born. That is something we learn. So that is something that you have learned, and I'm very proud of you for that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Smalls.
Thank you, Mr. Smalls.
Oh gosh. You gotta call your dad Smalls now. Don't call him Mister. He doesn't deserve that.
He came up to me when he first met me. He says, "Hey, what are you doing, Smalls?"
Yeah. So I thank you so much, Kenny, and I appreciate watching all the videos that your dad shares on Facebook with you in them. And I have to say, you are really good at like almost everything you try to do. So don't be afraid to try new things.
Thank you.
Say thank you, and you're gonna go back up to your cake.
Oh yeah.
Thanks for coming down.
Yeah, and don't burn the house down.
Good advice.
I don't know if I could do that, but I will try. Okay?
Yeah, for the Facebook, we don't have a house that you saved us just now, Jeff. Thank you.
All right, cool. Well, thank you, Kenny.
I keep on forgetting this is the opposite side,
Yes.
but yeah.
Here we go.
See ya.
Whoa.
Wow, you got hair all of a sudden, sir.
I know. You know, sometimes I borrow it.
Yeah, well, that's very smart because his hair is very, very, very nice.
Well, thank you. He gets it from
Well,
his mom.
it's not yours, so don't thank me.
Yeah, but he still gets it from his mom. I mean, that's fine.
Oh, all right. Well, so I are you excited about this next guest?
I don't know if excitement is a strong enough word. I can't wait for World Power to come out so I can give a bigger word than excited. I'm enthralled. I am extraordinarily at another level of excitement.
And you've never met this lady, have you?
No, I haven't.
She's amazing. I mean, the things that she is able to actually do. And people try and tell her, well, I don't know if they try and tell her, but they try and tell me that I have disabilities. And it's like, no, I have different abilities, but you have to meet this lady. So, with no further ado, I would like to bring to the stage Miss Kim. Hi, Kim. How are you doing?
Hi, how are you?
I am fantastic. I thank you so much for joining us tonight on this special episode of Make Every Second Count Live with me, Jeff Marconette Jr., the award winning international Make Every Second Count speaker, and tonight's co host, Dr. Smiley.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah. So I
Can you
have
see
to
me
ask
okay?
him.
Do I need to cut another light on?
Well,
Uh,
we want to see more of you. So if you want to put more light on, that'd be
Hold
better.
on. Let me cut another light on. Hold on.
yeah. I can't wait for this.
You're gonna have to wait at least a little bit longer, Jeff.
I know, but you were going to meet someone that's amazing. So, Kim,
How's that? Is that a little better?
Yeah.
Well, no, because I think you put the light behind you, but it's okay.
It's fine.
It's
Let me
fine.
hold on. Let me put this one on this right beside me. My dog's going to go to barking. I hear in the background.
That was me.
She's barking. No, but I hear her in the back there. She's back there in my bedroom. She's one of them anyway. I've got 3. Sorry.
Oh, you're all right.
Is that better?
Yeah,
Is that
a
better?
lot. Yeah.
You cannot believe how much better it is.
Yeah. So, Kim, I told everybody before about my car accident. And for the people that are just here now for the first time, I want to say welcome. Please share this episode out. Invite all your friends to watch because this is going to be a powerful episode. I can promise you that. But I explained before that I was in a car wreck. I spent 2.5 months in a coma and 3.5 in the hospital. I was told I wouldn't walk again, but after learning how to do everything over again at the age of 17, I want to show everybody that things are possible for them. And you are the epitome of showing people that things are possible for them. So if you could go through your story, tell them what happened to you. I mean, because right now we don't see anything that's any different than anybody else. So,
Yeah.
can you explain that to people?
Okay, in 2016, I took a new medication and I had a toxic reaction to it and I went into anaphylactic shock. When I got to the ER 30 minutes after arrival, I coded 3 times. And on the third code, they sent me to the ICU unit because they were afraid they were going to lose me. And then that was when I was ventilated and I was put into a coma. By nightfall, I ended up with septic shock. They used vasopressors to block the blood flow to my heart. And when they did, I lost the blood flow to my extremities and they turned black. And I had my hands amputated below the wrist and my legs were amputated below the knee. So now I'm a quadruple amputee.
For the people that don't know, can you explain what a quadruple amputee is?
A quadruple amputee is when you're missing both of your limbs and your upper extremities and both of your limbs below. So I'm missing my hands, as you can see, and then I've got prosthetic legs on below my knees on both legs.
So, Jeff, since I'm your co-host, can I ask a question?
Yes,
Absolutely.
you certainly can.
All right. So, Kim, I'd just like to ask you: has every day just been roses, or have you ever had a challenging day in your life?
I always have a challenge, but most of the day you never see me without a smile on my face. I live independently and I live with my 3 dogs, and most people like me don't live independently. They have to have a caregiver. I fought hard because I was told over and over again that I would never be able to live alone. I would always have somebody to take care of me, and I'd never be able to drive again. And I drive a regular vehicle with no adaptive equipment.
Wow.
So
How does that work, if I can ask?
There's usually 2 holes in between the steering wheel, and I just rest my wrist on my steering wheel, and then that's how I do it.
Wow. That
And now,
is
if I
pretty
get
awesome.
pulled over, I have a reason to say I literally have a lead foot.
So
That's
Jeff,
awesome.
I want to
Don't know
make
if it'll
sure
get.
I want to make sure she's included in this Keep Smiling book since she's always about smiles. This is the Smiles of Queens, and all these people in here have one thing in common. They smile through life, they make life work, and there's all kinds of challenges they've had to overcome too. So I just want to say I can't wait to meet you and add you to the Smile book.
Thank you. I would
Yeah.
love that. That's incredible. I love that.
What airport are you
Yes,
near?
Sir?
What airport are you near?
Hartsfield, Atlanta.
All right, so that's only the biggest airport in the world, Jeff.
Yeah.
It's the busiest airport and the biggest airport. So you made it too easy. You know, I live in DC, so this will be really easy to come out and visit you.
That would be wonderful. I would love that.
Okay.
I can come pick
Yeah.
you up at the airport.
There you go. And we'll lead foot it right back to the studio to make
That's
the
right.
picture happen.
Yeah, I'd love that. I'd love that.
Yeah.
So,
So
I do face challenges sometimes. I drop things a lot. It's frustrating. But there's certain things that I can't do that I have to have help with, but I'm definitely going to try it first before I ask for help.
How do you get help? How do you get help?
I have family that lives nearby that comes down, and I have the most absolute wonderful neighbors that if I need them at a moment's notice, they're here. I couldn't have asked for a better place of where I bought my home in the town that I live in. I live in a small rural town in Georgia, Monticello, Georgia. It's close to the Whistle Stop Cafe where they're known for fried green tomatoes. I know you've seen maybe heard of the movie and the Whistle Stop, but yeah, I'm just right down the road from there.
Jeff, when are we doing a road trip to get some fried tomatoes?
I don't want fried green tomatoes, but
I'd change your mind on that, Jeff, because I'm not a tomato person either, but I will eat a fried green tomato. And I'm telling you, once you have one, you can't stop.
yeah, that's really cool. I might have to try them now.
Yeah, you need to. That's something you need to do. And you got to have the right place to do it too.
Yeah. So, Kim, I know you wanted to come on here tonight to talk a little bit about a nonprofit you are helping out. So, can I ask, first of all, what is this nonprofit? What do you guys do?
It's called the No White Flags Project, and it was started by a war veteran. And that's where the No White Flags come from, because we don't want to surrender to our disabilities.
Never
So
surrender.
this organization provides body dryers, which I have one, and it's amazing. It's called the Tornado Body Dryer, and when I take a shower, after my shower, I just cut that on, and it dries my entire body for me, and I don't have to use a towel. It's been the most amazing thing that I've ever had. They also provide bidets to those who are like me, who aren't able to reach anymore. And they also are about to start doing bathroom remodels for those who are physically challenged, not only like me, but for those who are bound to a wheelchair, regardless of their disability, whether it be spina bifida or anything like that. It's an amazing organization. I'm on the board of directors, and I met Art a couple of years ago at a Skills for Life, and he has provided so many of these dryers to so many people, and he's doing it out of his own pocket. So now we're streamlining the organization to where we can get grants and get more donors, and so we can help other people. We just got a contract with Shriners, and we're going to put one in every Shriners hospital across the United States.
That's amazing. You know, Jeff, I think that I'd like to have Art and Kim on my show to give them more love.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
Yeah, this
I
is
would not be opposed to that.
and we'll have to have you do a cameo to sell some of those hats to raise money for that. Well,
No, the hats go to my war chest.
so Kim, have you written a book, Kim?
I have, and it's called Living Life with No Limits.
That is beautiful. I want to purchase a copy of that. So if we can make sure, Jeff, that we put a link to Amazon so people can purchase the book. You know, if I was to send you money, could I get a signed copy?
Absolutely. I'll send you one for free and sign it for you, just for
Well,
you wanting to have me on your show. That would
well,
be
what I want to
amazing.
do, my son would
Your
go ahead.
I said, if you just send me your address, or I have Jeff send me your address, I'll mail you one out tomorrow. I have a few copies here.
Well, only under one condition.
Okay.
You send me your address so I can send you some of my books, and I want to send you Kenny's book. I mean, look at these. These are just outrageously cool. Oops.
Oh,
I never.
man. My little nieces will love that. Those pictures. They're so into reading now, and they will love that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'll send you a couple. Actually, I got all kinds of fun books here. Let me just grab one more or two more real quick just to show you. There's a lemur. This
A lemur, yeah.
Yeah, that's a fun.
I love that.
I mean, here's Grandma is a hoarder. That's a fun one.
There you go. Yeah, I need to give that one to my sister. Oh, I love that. I love the illustrations. They're so bold and bright. It's just gorgeous. So, gorgeous pictures.
I will send you a couple copies of books for the kids, and I'll send you one of mine for you to enjoy.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
I have to ask, how does the things that is no white flags, how do they assist you?
They will provide you with, whatever your disability is, if you need all three, they will do all three for you at no charge to you whatsoever. All of these are provided at no expense to the people we're giving these to at all. The electricians come out, they do the work. We have partnered with some wonderful electricians who do this work for free. They're known, they have locations across the United States, and they have been just wonderful helping us getting these installed. And we're hoping, we have a few in Canada that have it, and we're hoping to go, eventually would like to go worldwide, because it's not just here. It's not just in Canada. You have people who have this across the world, and we want to help as many people as we can.
And what's the name of the organization again?
The No White Flags Project.
The No White Flag. Do they have a gala or any type of event that helps them raise money?
We're having one actually next year. We're getting all that stuff put together now, so we can plan all that. We just redid the website. It should be up. And we're going to start getting all across social media, because that wasn't being done before. So we want to get out there and show people, what we're doing. The people that we've helped, they've got some amazing stories of what they've been through, and it's just incredible. I never even knew that this device even existed. And my nieces love it. It's got 2 speeds. One's like a light little breeze, and then the next one is full force hurricane winds. And I mean, and it's warm, you're not cold, and it's wonderful in the wintertime because you don't get cold getting out of the shower.
That's amazing.
It heats the bathroom up. So it's incredible. I mean, it really is. If you can go on there, it shows pictures of what the body dryer. I should have had Jeff put one up so you could see it. But it's nowhiteflags.org is the website, and you can go on there and you can see who Art is and what we are doing and what the tornado body dryer looks like. It just mounts to the side of your shower, and it goes from the whole top of your shower down to the bottom, and it has holes all the way through it that blows out the air. It's just incredible.
I'll tell you what, Jeff, at the next Becoming the Better You, we can have one of those, and you can actually jump in there and I'll film it for you.
Woo!
There you go.
That's pretty awesome. Wow.
I want
That
to help her with her event, and I want to meet her as soon as possible.
that
I would
sounds like a
love
good
that. I would
time.
love that. My calendar's free for a while, so you let me know when. I'll fly up to meet you or whatever. We'll make it happen.
Awesome, awesome. All
Yeah,
right,
maybe
well,
we should both go up to DC and hang out with him.
oh, I would
I
love that.
would love that. I've
That
never
would be
been
a
to
treat.
DC, so I've never been, so that would be a wonderful trip for me.
Okay, well, BWI is only 20 minutes from my house, so let's make it late March.
Okay, that sounds perfect.
And
I'll
Southwest
put it on
flies
my calendar.
super south. So Jeff, you got a job to do. You got to get your schedule clear so you can come out late March.
I don't know if that's going to be possible, but I'll see.
What? Hey, if we mail you one of the tornado body machines, maybe it'll propel you over to DC.
It possibly could because
It's
it's
if you do the
really
high speed, category 4 hurricane, and you aim it
oh yeah.
correctly, Jeff, we could catch you.
Yeah. I have to be careful with. I mean, it's incredible. I mean, I never knew. Like I said, I never knew that these things existed, and I've researched a lot of things, and it was like a godsend to me because I mean, it's helped me so much and gave me more independence as far as in the bathroom. So yeah, it's wonderful.
All right.
Well,
Any
Jeff,
I know personally that independence is something that each and every person needs. And like for a while, I didn't really have independence. I had to rely on everybody else so much for everything that I find that to be something that is it's way less recognized, or people don't see independence as valuable, but it is so valuable to somebody that doesn't have independence.
You're so exactly right about that.
Jeff, I got to say, there's no way I could comprehend what it's like to not have that independence. But I will say that it's amazing when you just have a hangnail, a toenail that just pops off and you can't even walk correctly because you just have a toe that's causing you so much pain. So it's quite a triumph. I do want to ask you, Kim, what keeps your spirit so high?
My faith and me
Okay.
having a second chance in this life and helping others makes me smile. If I can turn one person's day around, then I've done my job. I'm a certified peer visitor with the amputee coalition. I'm a lead advocate for them. I advocate for the sepsis alliance. I do a lot with them to let people know the signs and symptoms so they can recognize it. But when I was in rehab, I was at the lowest I could have ever been because I didn't know what my life was going to be like. And
Right.
When I started seeing other patients not doing their therapy, they were not like me. They were like stroke victims or whatever reason that they were there at rehab, not going or eating. And when I had my power wheelchair, I wasn't confined to my room. So I could go around and visit, go outside, and it was wonderful. I could go out and sit in the sunshine if I wanted to. But I went in and I would introduce myself. And I had one man, he came in, he was a stroke victim, and he wouldn't eat, he wouldn't do anything. He would just, every time I'd go by there, he had his head down. So I asked him, what was it that he liked to eat? And he told me, and I said, well, you can ask them to give you that. And he said, really? I didn't know that. I said, yes. I said, they'll bring you anything you want. You just have to ask. And I said, I haven't seen you go into rehab. I said, if I was to go with you, would you go? So he agreed. And he left before I did. Those two men left and they came and thanked me and said, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be going home to my home and being able to walk out of here. The one man gained 25 pounds while he was there. So I was so thankful, but that's when it spoke to me. That's when I knew that once I got out of there, that was what I was going to do. And I knew that was my path. And I've done it ever since. And I'm going on 8 years now.
That's beautiful.
That is absolutely amazing. I definitely find that to be something so cool. And I can relate to a lot of the things that you were saying through rehab and stuff. And I'm just like, wow, that's cool.
Hey, Jeff,
Yes.
would it be okay if I acknowledged and gave what I consider a pretty big gift to Kim?
Sure.
So, Kim, we're a publisher, if you don't know that. And the tagline underneath says, "Your book impacts the world." No cost to you, and it's a pretty sizable package. We're going to give you a republishing marketing package that'll get your book to 50 cities and get it on Times Square on the Jumbotrons as a complete gift for what you do with Smiles. Your commitment to bring smiles to the world is acknowledged and is not only going to be rewarded, but it's going to cause people to step into being a believer like you.
Thank you so much. You want to make me cry, don't you? Because I'm in tears.
Yeah, you know
That's
what?
incredible. That's an incredible gift.
Well, that's from Jeff and me. And by the way, Jeff has been a wonderful friend, and he has been someone that has led me to what I'll call an ultimate gift for the day. So you made my day, Kim. And so I hope I made
so much. That's incredible. That's incredible. Jeff, when I met Jeff, I was on his show a couple of years back, and I follow Jeff and what he does, and I just think what he does is incredible. He gets out there and he tells people, don't waste a second of your time of living the life that you want to do. And that, and I think that's just incredible.
I agree.
I've met some amazing people in this journey that I wouldn't have had this not happened to me. And I've had people ask me if I had a chance to have my old life back, would I take it? And I said no, because I'm much stronger now and I have a different outlook on life than I did before. And it's just incredible. I've had an incredible life.
That is great. That is so inspiring. And I completely agree. I've been asked that question many of times. Like, if you had the chance to go back and just change everything so you wouldn't have to go through those 2.5 months that are just gone while I was in a coma, or the 3.5 in the hospital, or the 22 years since that I have been doing therapy, and I'm still doing therapy even now. And I tell people, it would be great to be able to save myself that pain, that time, save myself, my family, that pain, that time. But to me, because just like what you said, I'm much stronger now. I am able to go out and tell people my story, and my story can definitely change lives. Heck, it can even possibly save lives. Now, I've had a couple of new places and companies reach out to me lately and ask me to come speak. And I'm like, wow, it's just amazing that people actually want to hear what I have to say. And I find that to be cool. And before my accident, people didn't care what I had to say. I was a chump. I was nothing but a little BMX rider. They didn't care. They couldn't relate. So
I understand. There you go. I love that hat. All right. Yes. I give
Because
him a
I
yes.
can't.
I love
Yeah, I can't have Jeff have all the cool hats on the show.
and
There
my
you
hat.
go. I love that. I love both of them.
And there's also this one right here. See it right there?
I do. I love that. Yeah, I bring that's one thing I do in my story. That is the first thing and foremost that I give glory to, because I had a less than 6% chance of living, and here I am now. And my life, he has blessed me every step of the way, and I can't, it's just incredible.
Well, Jeff is going to be in a book called Dose of Hope, and it's about people that bring hope to the world. And when you have hope, you have a reason to live, as you know. So the DOSE stands for dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, endorphins that go off when you feel you have a reason to live. And so I just want to acknowledge both of you as being champions of hope, and how excited I am that I don't only get to meet you, but I get to help share your story.
Thank you so much. That's incredible.
I want to take a second here and just tell you both that I appreciate you guys so much. That you took the time out of your busy evening to be here with me and my people. And I just find that to be something worth celebrating. And it requires my gratitude. So I want to say thank you very much. It touches me that you are willing and able to serve.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you for always, whenever I reach out to you, you always answer me. And thank you for having me again. I love being on your show. I love who you are. I love what you do. And I think you're just phenomenal, and never, ever, never, ever doubt that who you are.
My head's getting bigger right now.
I'm going to give this to you, Jeff, next time I see you. And I want to read the gratitude, since you are a person of gratitude. May I read you a quote from the book?
Sure.
Absolutely.
Gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all others.
That's very
powerful.
True.
That's so true.
Yes. But
wow.
I don't know, guys. I'm here every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time, and we try to help other people live their best life and become the better them. So it's so important to me that each and every person out there does me a favor. Well, two favors. That they tune in each and every week. Well, I guess it's actually 3 favors.
I was going to say it's probably 4 when we get finished.
You tune in each and every week. And then also, don't forget that you have to make every second count.
That sounds like only 2.
Oh, well. But why do we have to make every second count? Because we never know when the seconds are going to run out on our one life. Thank you guys so much.
Hey, can I say one more thing, Jeff? Please? Because it has to do with second. I've been waiting all show to do this.
Sure.
So there's a word, keep smiling here, okay? So smiles. Do you know what smiles stands for? Smalls. Do you know what smiles stands for? The acronym?
No.
Seeing miracles in life every second.
Oh my goodness.
That's amazing.
That's amazing.
That's it. I love you, brother.
All right. I love you guys too. Have a great night. And I will see everybody back here next Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern time. And until then, don't forget to make every second count.
That's right.